all just making jokes over here, Johnny. Relax. Jesus Christ. What a fucking idiot. Do you want to see my phone? Do I want to see all those people email you? Everyone knows his email address. So he's getting all these emails from people, probably Susie and Melissa and Brenda.
If you Google John, his address, his mother's address, all his phone numbers are all listed. He's so stupid. Anyway, let's listen to this brilliant musician, genius, entertainer.
And Michelle, I dated Carl and blah, 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 like they're feeding him all this bullshit. Which, keep that going, please. I hope that John thinks he's got a lot of dirt on
Producer Christine had some things to say.
Yeah, I think that'd be very fun. All right. So I want to save this drop for future reference. Producer Chris is our note taker in this show. If you could just write this down, let's make sure we never get rid of this. I want to be able to play it in the future, probably near future.
I will never give up. Ever. Ever. But thank you, Bo. I am not a quitter. Never will be, never have been.
The guy who left the internet and abandoned everything, yeah, doesn't quit. And just lies.
You left the internet for 8 months just this year. And then you left again.
I don't remember that.
Just last week. He's like, I don't quit. One thing I don't do is quit. You take your ball and go home whenever you want to. What are you talking about?
You know what I always say? Rehab is for quitters.
Well, right. I get that. I get that's the part he's not quitting. But the internet, he quits all the time, it seems like. Anyway, I thought that'd be fun to have for the next time he quits. So this is just a fun clip of John wiping his nose, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4.
Idea. What can of worms you got yourself into, because you're not the only one with unnamed sources.
Got into a can of worms? Is this guy a retard or what?
I got plenty. Like ex-girlfriends. Ooh.
John's been mad at me for 5 years. And now all of a sudden, now he's going to unleash it on me. I'm supposed to be nervous. This is the thing that John does. He plays the same things over and over again. Thinking that I'm going to react differently this time. He's already mad at me, posting a photo.
This is what Patrick Michael was doing last week.
Yes, you're right. Taking to my boots. If someone said they talked to my ex-girlfriends about how small.
I am not a quitter. Never will be, never have been.
You left the internet for 8 months just this year. And then you left.
Not only do you quit, you owe Alex Stein and everybody else money, and you block them so they can't collect. Cheap bastard.
Again.
I don't remember that.
Just last week. He's like, I don't quit.
Better.
Have you seen the video on how to trade stocks 1,000,000 times?
Parts so that we can get through it together.
Thank you.
Let's see this musical genius talent.
No problem. I just want to point out before we play this, there is no way John is a musician. I wish he could hear the wrong notes he's playing. He obviously cannot, or he would stop. I don't know if he doesn't know how to strum an open chord or if his guitar is out of tune, but either way, what are you doing? This is...
Any normal person will hear something out of tune like that and would get irritated, can't handle listening to it. He doesn't hear a thing. He's tone deaf. Tone deaf and brain dead. Brain dead and tone deaf. Oh.
It's embarrassing. This is the guy who actually said that he was a better guitarist than me. And I'll say it again, March 10th. And actually, here are the ground rules to see who's a better guitarist. John can send me any song he's written and play guitar on. And I can send him any song I've written and play guitar on. We have to learn each other's songs.
Why don't we start with a tuning contest?
Okay, let's start with the tuning contest first. Let's see how he does with this.
Stuttering John Mel.
John uses a tuner and still can't tune a guitar. And if you listen to the last video, he can't make a left and a right turn without a GPS. He's definitely retarded.
Buddies, can we get a do song? A do song. Where's my guitar?
All right, we'll start with finding your guitar.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
buzzing frets, can't press the strings hard enough, or in the right position.
He's a dues payer.
Do you see what I mean? This guy, Atlantic Records is rolling in their grave right now. This guy talks about how he's a fucking musician. He hits that first chord, all you guys went, whoa, what's going on? He didn't stop to think like, oh, let me just check out that B string. Is that where it should be?
It sounds like my nephew just like picking up a guitar and like not knowing what to do with it.
I was
It's
just
oh,
gonna
this
say.
looks fun.
It sounds like Nick Bate.
Yeah.
I freaking hate vaginas.
It's the same fucking song. All right, let's get back to it.
He's a dues payer and a shit weigher. And we don't know why, what he did to pay his dues.
Okay.
Dues payer and a shit weigher.
If you look at his expression, he looks like he's a virtuoso, doing brilliant things. He's nuts. And that guitar is beyond out of tune. It's offensive.
We don't know what he did to pay his dues.
Yeah, we heard that one.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Why isn't he fighting in Israel? Taking on Hamas.
Taking on hummus. Why is he taking on hummus in Israel?
In the Gaza.
I was attacked by a falafel. Oh my God.
Get the fuck out.
Well, we all know why. Because he just might cry. And run to security like he did to me. Not bad. Come on. Off the cuff.
Terrible.
Shannon, I just
bad.
wrote that. And now it's catchy already. He's a dues payer.
He actually believes that was good. This guy is beyond retarded. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult retarded people, but this guy is brain damaged. That's why his mother probably coddled him all his life. Anyway, listen to the more stuff he comes up with. If he actually loved his kids like he said he did, and they were so important, you wouldn't do stuff like this where they could see it and see who you are. And no pride, nothing.
He's a shit weigher. Come on. That's called talent.
He can't really believe that.
I think he does.
I think he believes that.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
That's called alcohol dementia, brain damage, and retardation. Delusion, narcissism. Lady Di is in better shape than you are. They put her in a home so she can get better. She thinks she's an admiral in the Navy again. She was in the Navy 30 years ago. So, you're next, John.
I
Otherwise,
think that was the most sincere thing that I've ever heard him say, actually.
that is how delusional this guy is. John acts like he has self-awareness. John, listen back to that.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's the worst thing anyone's ever heard.
That guitar sounded
He can listen back, but he does not hear what we hear. He's a guy who looks in the mirror and sees nothing that we see. He's deluded, blind, and deaf.
like it was being played underwater.
Yes.
It was
It's being tortured.
insane. Yeah.
That guitar tapped at a certain point.
Is he killing that guitar?
Yeah.
Yes, son.
So he goes through multiple victory laps after this, and he like re-sings the chorus. And he's like, "That's a good hit. That's a catchy hit."
I bet he can't remember how it went.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Dues pay, shit, way, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's a really good melody right there. So then people are fucking with him in his chat, which he should be aware of at this point. Everyone giving him money is fucking with them. but he really thinks that this song was good.
Anthony Torito, thanks for the $5. Hell yeah, John, that song rocks. Keep crushing them boys and roast them. Hey, come on. That quickly, I'm Hack Davis.
That quickly.
That quickly, I came up with a song at the request of Shannon Duffy, and immediately.
That is not a song. You are deluded. You are hallucinating. I don't know what you're doing.
Without fucking fault, without pause, I come up with a song.
So he's taking requests.
Yeah.
So
That's maybe a good business model for him.
his whole thing now with Shuli is that why isn't Shuli going back to Israel to fight
The hummus.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, Shuli's not 22 years old. I don't think they're looking for a guy who's been in America for 40 years to come back and fight.
I hope your kids are watching these precious children that you love more than anything in the world. And you wanted kids since you were a little kid. You know, what an embarrassment. Just unreal. If their friends see this, they're totally embarrassed. They probably won't admit that you have anything to do with them, that you're related. Poor kids.
But he's calling him a pussy for that. But real quick, I know Cardiff and John are besties, or maybe they're not. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on in this crazy world. But I want to get your take real quick on this.
He's a dues payer.
Cardiff, that sounded 1,000 times better than what
Yeah,
John was
way too
playing
good,
on his
man, way
guitar.
too Thank you for the reminder to tune my guitar. Thank you.
Yes, it makes a big difference. How does John not hear that?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. Maybe cotton balls. I don't know.
maybe. All right, I'll bring you back in a moment there, Cardiff. I don't want to torture you with any more of this. Thank you. I knew Cardiff would know what the fuck chord he was trying to play. For Christ's sake.
Also, someone brought this up a couple weeks back, but dues payer isn't that bad of a nickname. Maybe it was OJ or someone.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, lay off it. If you paid your dues, that's good.
Well, the funniest part about it is that John's literally the one comic who didn't pay his dues. He's the one guy who used the Howard Stern show to start the Stuttering John and Friends tour, where he brought in all these comics who were actually funny, who filled all the time, and he took most.
Not only was he not a dues payer and pay his dues, he got on a comedy show, his show, touring with real comics, and stole all their money and used it to buy a floor for his house, lost checks, and just robbed everybody. And his part of the act was playing videotape of him on Stern. And he took most of the money. He should be arrested, prosecuted, and put in a mental institute.
To the money and put his name on it. Like, that's basically, John should not be pointing this out at all.
Yeah.
He did not pay his dues. He had a
Right.
stutter, got hired sight unseen because he had a stutter, went on to answer phones, which is mainly what he did.
He didn't have a real stutter. He had a convulsion problem. If you look how he stuttered, nobody does that. Choking. It's convulsions. That's why he's taking Klonopin. He's always had that, probably. You know? He's got all kinds of disorders. From genital warts to hemorrhoids to mental problems.
The Howard Stern show.
And then he's been hanging on coattails ever since.
Yes. And here's another ISO for us. Let's not forget about this one.
This is content.
Okay. So this is a great question that comes in on the super chat asking John what his proudest moment is recently. Whether it was pussing out on the IQ test with Blind Mike or welching on the bet with Alex Stein. And I went ahead and I pulled in one of Alex Stein's recent tweets on here to show you what Alex has to say about what he's saying.
Little Elise, thanks $5. What was your proudest moment of the last month? Welching on a bet with Alex Stein or pussing out of the IQ test challenge to Blind Mike? I didn't pussy out on any IQ challenge. I will still do it, but he's got to set it up. And Alex Stein has not reached out to me. I don't know if there's a bet. Everybody tells me we made a bet. I don't remember it.
So I put up the tweet here from Alex Stein from just this Monday when he was saying this, saying, it's incredibly hard to ask for my money when @Stuttering John M has me blocked on every platform imaginable, even blocked my phone. So this is the guy they were doing shows together and shit, and then John got all butthurt, and now won't pay him the $100 he owes him over the sports bet.
After he chased you and ridiculed you for
before
days
he even had
to
proof.
weeks.
Before he even had proof that he asked OJ anything, he was telling me I needed to pay up. And then as soon as the video came out that he had nothing to do with, someone else found it.
He didn't interview OJ. They pushed him away, and he's yelling at a door in a limousine, low closed windows, locked door, and screaming at us, it's just moving away. That's his interview. And you still paid him. That's what happens with this guy. He acts like an asshole, and people pay him.
I paid him the money. Yeah. John owes Alex Stein. Everyone knows it. Everyone's telling John that. He knows it too. He bet him $100 the Braves would win the World Series. They didn't. It's looking like the Rangers are going to. So the other thing here, though, is I love that somebody goes, you pussed out on the IQ test. And Charles, I didn't puss out. We played the audio on here. He's like, we're not doing it anymore, Mike. You got your 15 minutes. All right, that's enough for you. Yeah. Get out of here. It's like, no, you definitely pussed out on the IQ test. And he, again, I'll point this out because Mike's my buddy. We've talked about this a few times. John challenged Mike. Mike wasn't just like, I bet you don't even have a high IQ. Like, this was John's idea. And then it's like, okay, I'll accept your challenge. Okay, but you set it all up. You do all the legwork and figure it out. It's like, and they're still willing to do it. Hackride and Mike are still just like, all right, fine, we'll fucking do it.
Yeah, you want somebody else to take the test for you, too?
Well, right.
Probably the best idea you ever had.
Exactly what is wanted.
I'd love to see who he has, though, in his corner.
Yeah. I have a proxy.
Joey C.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Joey C and John had a falling out again this week.
You don't say.
It's crazy.
They were
because
friends.
They are friends. I don't know what happened, but John is doing his show Monday night, and he's doing this fake routine about being outraged over Kevin Brennan, and Joey C is texting him because Joey C wants to come on the show. And John's like, I don't need this right now. I'm too angry. So he's all mad at Joey C. So then I guess Joey C sent him an email or something that John didn't like. And also, I guess Joey C gave his number to someone. Anyway, whatever it is. John's all upset with Joey C now. But he talks about him and Joey C have something in common.
Don't threaten me. All right? I'm from New York. You're not the only one with mob ties, okay? Don't threaten me. All right? I don't like...
Listen to this Mensa. Don't threaten me. His grammar is beautiful. And he said he had 135 IQ. Now it's 165. He's smarter than Einstein. This drunk retard. Unbelievable.
that.
Okay. So, once again, John is saying he has mob ties, so don't threaten him, which is a threat. I don't know if John realized that because it's kind of stupid. When you say I have mob ties, don't fuck with me, you're threatening people. That was a threat to Joey C. right there.
And to the mob.
Well,
please don't associate yourself
we've
with
pointed
us.
this out many times, and actually, I might have the voicemail on here. I don't remember if I did or not, but someone sent me a note saying, remember we played on Easy For You to Say, part 17. He was talking about how he was having dinner with Joe Pesci, and Joe Pesci was explaining the "Am I a clown to you?" part was from something he observed, Joe Pesci, observed at a bar with an actual mobster doing that to an underling. And so he brought that to Scorsese, and they worked it into the movie. And John said that Joe Pesci
improv that. And it's all over the internet. He discussed it quite a bit.
told him that story. It's on the director's cut of Goodfellas. Anyone who watches the director's cut has heard that story. So it's not like I got this exclusive information on a Joe Pesci.
But we also had a nice dinner.
It's like you just happen to watch Goodfellas, and he's just like, and then Joe Pesci told me. Sure he did, John. Sure he did.
He told me over the TV.
Yeah. So John believes everything he reads. Now, here's the new big thing that's going on. And I got to thank my good friend, Vince the lawyer, for bringing this up to everyone. That my second home in Florida, that I'm not in very often, we rent out when I'm not there living there. It seems like a pretty good investment. That's why I bought a second house, was to rent it out and have another revenue stream coming in. Well, John has decided, because he knows that I'm renting it out, it proves that I'm poor. This is what poor people do. They buy a second home somewhere that's nice. People like to vacation. buy a pool heater for the second home and then rent it out. This is what poor people do, according to John. So now this Shayna McBean is going to tell John that I am scared people are talking about renting my house. I'm not. Please rent my house. It's fine. It's actually all locked up for the wintertime, but rent my house starting in May. It's available. But Shayna is going to tell John that I'm all scared and I've taken the house off the market because of this.
Shayna McBean, thanks for the $5. Carla removed house from Verbo, as you said he would. I knew it, because he's a coward. And Mr. Marketing Genius doesn't realize how stupid that is. You're the man attacking everybody in the Dabbleverse, and you think that someone's not gonna fuck with your house? It's only a matter of time, dummy. Now he's renting it for $6K a month. Oh, I thought you were a self-made millionaire, Lady K.
Have I ever said that? Over and over.
And John has no understanding of how money works. $72,000 a year, $36,000 for 6 months. He can pay that mortgage off in 10 rentals. You know, John has no idea. All he did was get opportunities and lose them and mess up and blow it every single time. He went through probably millions of dollars. And he has nothing to show for it. Nothing. Beer. That's all he got.
Oh, sick of it.
Okay.
And when have you been attacking everybody in the Dabbleverse?
I don't.
Hasn't it just been one guy?
I literally host many, many shows, and almost everyone in the Dabbleverse is on them. That's insane.
right.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Now you're renting it for 6 G's? Someone must need money. So now I can rent your house for 6 G's a month?
Oh, you can't. You would need $6,000.
The guy who didn't have light in his house.
He doesn't have furniture.
He would need rent, security, 2 months deposit, security. He'd need $18,000 to $24,000 just to get in. He don't have it. He don't even have the $6,000. If he did, that's his beer money. He's not going to spend it.
In his house.
Yeah.
He didn't have a light fixture or furniture in his house in Florida. Now he's calling me poor.
Sleeping on an air mattress.
He wouldn't have over hot chicks to his house because he was embarrassed at how disgusting it was. He had to call the police on them or threatened to.
He has no idea how to use money to make money. He had a $500,000 a year salary on Leno and bought a house and said he put down $300,000. He was a big shot, he said. He put down $330,000 a month mortgage. He couldn't afford it because less than a year they lowered his salary and cut his position, put him in the audience. Then they made him a writer. They cut him down to like $140,000. And he had to sell the house, or they lost it. I don't know what happened. But he owes IRS $98,000 on one lien, $28,000 on another lien, and Susanna put a judgment on him for $28,000 back child support.
Threatened to call the police.
They're
General.
about
Sue
to
me.
make fun of me, and
Yeah.
they need to go.
But this is insane because he's saying that I'm hard up for money. This is the same guy who drove for Uber. And when he finally admitted that and that he was embarrassed by it, he's like, well, who doesn't want some extra money? And when he first started substitute teaching and got called out, he's like, well, yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to make a little bit of extra money? I'm renting out my house for $6,000 a month, and I'm the poor person. I'm not driving for Uber, John.
Good. I'll do the squeegee on your bed. Huh?
What, he's renting it?
That's what he's saying.
You want me to do that? I would never do that. Well, I could do the squeegee. I do that in my own bed.
Right, I couldn't afford
But
the
why
rent.
wouldn't I do it in yours?
I really hope your kids are listening. They give them an insight into what a piece of shit you are. Really. And they already know it, but this will confirm it. Just wow. No pride. No nothing. No self-control. If you knew your kids were listening, would you even stop? No.
But still, I mean, now you're going to rent it for $6,000? Fans can now visit for free as prospective renters. Well, thank you for the intel, Shayna. Maybe I'll do that. Me and Hitman Dan. His dad lives over there. You know? We'll go and check it out.
Look at this.
Check out the water in the pool. Man, how desperate for cash are you, fucking Lady K, that you gotta rent your house for
How stupid are you? His mortgage is probably $1,900 a month with everything. So to triple that, you can pay a house down real fast. Dumbass.
months? I laugh at you. I'm laughing at you. And we're going to have a lot of laughs at your expense when I pull up Twitter Tuesday. And I want to thank Muttering Jay. Now, hey.
Okay. So that's a little tease for things to come here. But John doesn't know anything about finances if he thinks that buying a house and renting it out is a bad idea.
He makes it sound like you're still there.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, hey, guys.
You're trying to sleep.
Can you keep it down after 10? My wife and I are going to bed right now. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But it gets crazier than that. So his threat was he's going to jerk off in my bed. That was his. He's going to rent it out for $6,000 for a month and jerk off in my bed. John, I might change the sheets. I know you're not.
What a disgusting pig. How can you even say that on the internet, on the air? You're a dumbass, you're a pig, and you're a loser. And I mean loser. Think about how much you lost. All the money from Leno, your family, your houses, everything. You have a $1,500 Mercedes. You have a $1,600 Harley, maybe. And you lied about a boat that you had. The boat you had, Howard Stern wrote almost $1,500 piece of shit, and they were all scared of it. It had a hole in the deck, remember? We know about you. So, this guy. And then he ran away from the internet 2 months ago.
Familiar with this concept. But we might change the sheets. I just pointed that out.
Housekeeping service involved.
We might burn them, actually.
Well, this is where it gets really fucking stupid. This is John's big threat to me in my house.
He's a fucking hypocrite. And maybe I'm going to rent your house for a month, Lady K. I can afford the 6 G's. Ooh, that'd be a fun month. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. That'll be a fun month. Yeah, take my dates there. Yeah.
Less than 2 miles from his
And
own
I have
house.
some anal sex, maybe some crap all over the walls. Who knows? Yeah.
I hope your mother and your kids are watching this or listening. You are the pig. You're an asshole, too. But a disgusting pig. Anthony Cumia says right about you. Anybody wants to know about this guy, look at what Anthony has to say. Unbelievable. Every opportunity in the world and squandered it. And lost it. Whippets and beer. That's all he wanted. That's what he got.
Steve's
More
going.
dogs now.
This is his threat. It's right down the street from your house. You want a house with furniture in it and TVs on the wall?
Yeah.
Come on, there's light fixtures. All right, well, there's LeopardJust7750 on Reddit. I talked to you about that to your face. You admitted it, that was your sock puppet on Reddit. But then I also brought up to you about your socks on Twitter that you did not deny. Yankee fan, Dombo13, Maple Leaf fan 4, Twittiot Police, my wife's name. Name one. I can name them all, Johnny. What are you talking about? I love these now pretending like I never had a sock account. It's all you had were sock accounts. You fucking liar.
But I don't now, so it doesn't matter. That's how he
Right.
thinks.
Yeah.
You know?
And he still does, but okay. So, again, this is John listening to the show that no one can hear. And he starts yelling, and this is just a really funny part that happens. He's getting angry. He's getting real angry. I don't know what he's hearing.
Which is a lie. Which is a fucking lie, and I just proved it. So you can continue to say that, Lady K, but it's a lie.
What is
Yeah, it is.
What a
And I
dummy.
didn't do it. But is it a dick move to try and contact Muttering Jay to release information about me, Lady K? Is that a dick move?
No, calling Kate Meany's mother, calling Julie's father, all the stuff that you do, Kate Meany's grandmother, you're some piece of work.
Because I'm going to show you those DMs.
It's really
This is the guy. 3 reports to the FBI on Cape Meany. Police, FBI, LAPD, his story. Cape Coral Police, Rochester Police. He's such a bag, you know. Unbelievable, this guy. He's delusional. He's delirious. He's mentally, he really is in a spectrum. I think since he was a kid, he was retarded. And his mother protected him and his sister because he's a little retard. And they managed to keep him out in the world. But on his own, he's like a 12-year-old. He doesn't know how to cook, doesn't know how to shave properly, can't do anything.
Worked out.
Oh my God.
I'll be back in.
Welcome, Woodbury. Can everybody hear me in the back of the room?